Hi everybody, welcome to TFT Tarot for today, Goth Tarot with Oberon. And we're going to keep it simple just like last time. We're just going to abbreviate the reading from the normal. We're actually going back to the basics, as I call it. So we're starting right off with what is your dark gift. And remember, Goth Tarot is for people who are looking into their shadow sides, the issues, the emotional weight or baggage that they feel, things like that. What are their philosophies? Why is it always darker for them? What does that really mean? So we get the dark gift from the Crow's Magic Tarot. And the dark gift sort of represents your own instincts or intuitions or what comes to you, even if it seems magically or impossible, that maybe helps you in all of this. And of course, these are weekly readings, so it's actually good for the reading from today, Wednesday, November 23rd, till the following week's Tuesday, November 30th. All right, so the dark gift. Two of Swords reversed. Well, the dark gift maybe is realizing that sometimes you do have to just go ahead and plow your course, that it's not necessarily always a time for waiting for patience or waiting until everything is exactly known. This may be talking about an intuitive feel that you might have for problems or situations this week. But if it is in general, then it could be saying that your patience or your time of waiting for something to get better is over. And you may be deciding on other courses of action to get the thing done. All right, so then our next two cards, which are basically aligning as a pyramid, are from the Gothic Tarot. And it is your dark struggles that we are looking at. What are the kind of issues or problems that you face or that bring out the contemplation of how they fit into the dark pattern of your life? So it's the Eight of Wands, kind of an interesting version. And then it's followed by the reversed Four of Cups. So I think the dark struggle here is that maybe somehow you actually realize what the choice is. You understand that there are a lot of distracting factors or competing ideas, perhaps you would call them, but you realize that there is maybe this one clear choice that you need to find, but the problem, maybe what makes it the struggle, is that you are also holding yourself back from maybe seeing this or understanding it in its complexity. And so maybe the struggle is to really bring yourself really to the point of embracing the other idea, the idea that maybe holds a liberation or a new prospect that you really want. And somehow you're holding yourself back. Maybe it's feelings of unworthiness, or maybe it's feelings, that are really complicated that basically amount to your struggle on why would you, not try to embrace that. So then finally we go ahead to the final three cards, and they're all drawn from the Night Sun Tarot, but they all have a different value here in my reading. And if you're living in Michigan and within driving distance, Banshee and I are reading this weekend, Saturday, Small Business Saturday, after this Thanksgiving, at Arts and Craft Metaphysical Store in Hart, Michigan. It's over on the other end of state. We're coming from Detroit area, and it's about 2.5 hours, maybe 3-ish. All right. So, the first card from the Night Sun Tarot, what is the dark truth? What is the actual reality that you inhabit here that you may have to really ponder and accept? And it's the reversed Page of Cups. And the reversed Page of Cups says maybe you've been waiting for something to give you a message or a letter or communication that tells you that emotionally speaking, something's going to work out for you. It could be an interest of love, or it could be something that you love. It feels mystical in a way, so maybe it's a mystical, philosophical bond. You know, maybe this represents somebody that, from that Goth point of view, is sort of like your soulmate in a way, and they're telling you something in this message, I think, that maybe is the reality you must accept, that sometimes life will never be beyond what we already accept as a Goth, a bit of gloom and doom. And so some of this is maybe actualizing, but I think self-actualizing, but I think that maybe this could also be tied up with the idea that maybe someone we care about is moving on, and so that's why they're imparting some of this to us. I don't know, it's a little kooky there. So the next card is the Dark Sacrifice, the kind of sorrows you bear, or ultimately what you may find you have to give up one way or the other. Oh, it's the Tower reversed. This is a horrible card. The Dark Sacrifice really is imploring you to consider that there are lessons you know you need to learn that really make a big difference, and you probably are avoiding them, or you're probably not understanding them, or you're probably trying to just ignore them. Rather than avoid them, just ignore them, pretend that they don't even matter. But the thing is that these will always bring a certain sorrow to you, that you will continue to make the same mistakes over and over. So something has to change. What is the Dark Redemption then? The last card. Where is it you really finally end up? What will maybe redeem you? What will maybe change the course of things? And it's another 4. It's the 4 of Swords. And it's falling right under the 4 of Cups from the Gothic Tarot. Not that that means anything for sure, but I'm going to say that the Dark Redemption really is that maybe you somehow have to take a hiatus, take a vacation, maybe pull out or uninvolve yourself in the current scheme of your events. And I think you need to do the rest and recuperation from all this. You know, a lot of the elements of this reading were a little bit scattered. I'm not really sure why. A lot of times I see a really clear story that flows through them, but I wasn't really getting that this much. So it's kind of interesting to see where it's going to go. But I do feel that there are things that were mostly very much mental and emotional issues not external issues that are maybe the big issue this week. That this week maybe is a very melancholy week for people who already are melancholy, us goth types. The final card, though, really says we should try to really rest and reconcile with all of this information or whatever else we are receiving. So that's how I want to leave it then for Goth Tarot. And happy Thanksgiving if you're in the States or wherever it is celebrated. That's tomorrow. And if you're in Michigan, maybe you can check us out at Arts and Craft on Saturday. We're pretty much there all day. I think we're there from like 10 to 5. Alrighty now. Take care.